Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry I've been MIA for like a whole month. This is probably the longest time I have been gone, and hopefully I will be gone from YouTube because I definitely do miss doing this. I promise I will get like a better setup. It's just I am in the corner of my living room and it was just like the best lighting that I had here. But anyways, about a month ago, a little bit over a month ago, I asked you guys on Instagram to ask me some questions, and I have about 15 questions that I will be answering from those. If you're interested, stay tuned for the video. So one of my questions is, when will I be doing a video in Spanish? Honestly, I have no idea because I don't know what type of videos I can do in Spanish. If you guys have any suggestions, if you are from like a Spanish speaking country and you want to hear me talk in Spanish rather than me talking in English and you're barely understanding what I'm saying, go ahead and leave those video suggestions in the comments below and I will do them for you guys. My second question is, how many kids do I want? So I want like 3 or 4, but my husband only wants like 1 or 2. So we're definitely gonna talk about that, and we're probably gonna have 3 or 4. All right, my next question is, what would you like to do when you get out of the Marines? I'm kind of like up there right now. I have no idea. I mean, I kind of have an idea. I want to go to a beauty school and I want to become an esthetician, but who's to say what's actually going to happen? But that's definitely something that I want to do, go to beauty school and become an esthetician, so that way I can have my own business in a year or 2 or however long it may take me. But I definitely want to be an entrepreneur, so we'll see what happens. My next question is, who is your favorite cousin? My favorite cousin's name is Lumari, and she is a female. She lives in Puerto Rico. I will leave her Instagram right here, and I will also link it down below. That way you can follow her. And yeah, shout out to Lumari. Te quiero mucho. Question is, what motivates you in life? Honestly, what motivates me in life is my family. If you saw my previous video, you guys know that I have a tattoo that says familia on my back. So I am all about family and just kind of like making them proud, making myself proud, and just overall being around them. So they are definitely my motivation to keep going, because anytime I think of like, anytime I'm like in a dark spot, I'm like, okay, like I can't make these selfish decisions. I need to think about my family, because what would they think if anything happens, you know? So definitely my family is my motivation. This question is just kind of silly. It was just one of my husband's friends asking me like, hey, where's my hubby? And right now he's actually getting a haircut. So that's where he's at. All right, next question is, where do I see myself in 5 years? So in the next 5 years, I have no idea because I change my mind a lot. So this question is kind of hard to answer. But one thing that I know for sure is, holy moly, my shadow looks freaking creepy as hell. Anyways, one thing for sure is getting an education, because I know a lot of people say like, hey, you don't need a good job to have an education, but it's not necessarily about like the job. I just want to be educated myself, just because growing up I wasn't into school, and now that I've done almost 4 years in the military, I'm like, crap, look at me, almost swearing. Like I want to better myself and I want to have that degree, and you know, I want to be able to flaunt that, because not that many people in my family has gotten like a college education. But not necessarily that, I also want to have my own business. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Not really much going on, but definitely working on my education, which I am about to do right now when I get out, and having my own business. But the next question is, what is the first thing you're going to do when you get your DD-214? And if you didn't know, the DD-214 is what everyone wants to get as soon as you join the Marine Corps, because you want to get out. I'm just kidding. But probably the first thing I'm going to do is my hair. I've been slowly like going blonder and blonder and blonder, and eventually I want to dye a different color, just something different. But that's definitely the first thing I'm gonna do when I get out. My next question is, what made you join the Marines? So what made me join the Marines was just like, I wanted to challenge myself, which is literally one of like the mottos or whatever it's called of like joining the Marines is like, oh, I want to challenge myself. But seriously, I actually did want to. I wanted to better myself. I didn't want to just stay in the place that where I was at. I wasn't happy. I wanted to just be proud of myself, and that's literally what made me want to join the Marines, and that was my motivation to going through all of boot camp. And if you're a Marine and you've gone through boot camp, you already know that it's definitely not easy. It's a struggle, and that was just my motivation to keep going and not to quit, because I wanted to be proud of myself and I wanted my family to be proud of me. But that is the reason why I joined. My least favorite part about being in the Marines is definitely the height and weight standards. I feel like they're not that fair, because everyone's bodies are made differently, and it's just like the requirements that you have to meet, they're kind of hard, especially if you're short. But I mean, it's not impossible. I'm not gonna say it's not impossible. It definitely is. It's just a little trickier, and it's something that I do not like. So if you were to ask me what's my least favorite part about the Marines, it's definitely meeting the height and weight standards. My last question is, what is your biggest challenge? So my biggest challenge has been definitely keeping up with everyone during like PTs, so like physical fitness activities. But it's been a challenge, but I could say I did it. Like, we did like, I think it was like a 13-mile hike all night long. It started at midnight and it didn't end until like 7 or 8 in the morning, and it sucked. It was like mountains like everywhere, and obviously it was all night long. But I could say that I did it. So I'm not gonna say I was the first one up to the mountain. I wasn't the last. I'm gonna say that I wasn't the last. I didn't get picked up in a truck. I finished it strong, and that's also another reason. Like, it's just proud. Like, even though it sucked, it hurt, I was tired, I never gave up on myself, because like I mentioned earlier, that was one of the like my motivations, like just making myself proud, and I wouldn't be making myself proud if I was a quitter. So that is it for my video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. I promise I won't go away for a whole month this time.